got to tell you my favorite story about this whole thing. All right, why is this called the Gold Coast? And here's something that's totally hilarious. The name, if anybody wants to join me down the rabbit hole, they're welcome to come. And the rabbit hole is the following: go through any newspaper before 1955 and find any reference to this neighborhood as a Gold Coast. You can't find one. And then in 1958, they opened the Gold Coast Amusement Center right next to South Shore. And South Shore tried to rebrand where the apartment houses are there as the Gold Coast. No mention of the Gold Coast here yet, all right? And then finally, there was a real estate company that invented the name, but they would put in their ad these apartments on the go. You know, when you see real estate, they don't tell you the address. They want you to call them. So there's no address. Apartments on the Gold Coast. Well, there's no apartments here, all right? And so I'm sure that Doric Construction and Doric Real Estate Company, the same guys who built Bay Farm, they try to rebrand the shore there as Gold Coast. Then somebody tried to take down the Leonard House and the house next door and put an apartment house there. And here comes all the neighbors. And they're the old Gold Coast. See? Not the Gold Coast, but the old Gold Coast. And they're in the paper as the old Gold Coast. And that went away fairly quickly. And so what I think Union, or rather Doric and them, they decided to stop this rebranding over there. So this became the Gold Coast. And my greatest story is, and I think of Adams to post because it made it too small of a handout. There's the boundaries of the Gold Coast, you know. And if you're on the other side of the boundary of the Gold Coast and you say you're on the Gold Coast, you know who comes? The Gold Coast Police. And some of you have heard me tell the story already, but it's worth telling again. I have a very good real estate friend, and she was selling the Scott Mansion. The Scott Mansion is on let's say Grand Street and Central, where there's like 3 apartment houses, and there's 2 and there's this big huge house there. That's the Scott Mansion. And she wanted me to write a story about it. And she was paying me. And I said, fine. And she brings out an ad. And the ad said it's in the Gold Coast. Okay. Now the Gold Coast goes Grand and it goes left on Central. This house, you have to go right. So I said, you're going to get a visit from the Gold Coast Police. All right. And my phone rings on Saturday and it's her. And she says, they're here. So there is this definition of the Gold Coast, which is the following: Grand, all right, Central, left, all right, then down to Weber, okay, left, and in the shoreline. And I have the old aerial view of this here, which I think I could talk Adam to post it so you can see the whole thing. When I try to make the whole thing into 8.5 by 11, it was just too small to see. And we're going to do the other part. See, everybody forgets about this Fitch Tract. And over here you got Encinal Park, which we'll talk about the next time. So